Welcome back, folks. And once again, Ocasio Cortez has gone full socialista. Before we begin, please remember to like and share the video and to subscribe so you're part of the channel and the giveaway. Recently, someone had posted about how basically the price of oil is now negative numbers. Oil companies are basically paying people to take oil from them. And he was bemoaning it because this is impacting oil workers and refinery workers, because if they're losing money, they're going to start laying people off, closing down rigs, and so on. And of course, she had to come back with, "You know you love to see it. This is the time for the people to rise up." How is that not inciting insurrection and rebellion? We've had Maxine Waters get in their faces, push back. We've had Hillary, "We'll be civil when we win." Holder, "When they go low, we kick them." And now we have Ocasio-Cortez regularly demanding basically a repeat of the Bolshevik Revolution, which destroyed Russia. They're still not rebuilt 40 plus years after it really hit the bottom. We're 30 plus years, well, no, we're right at almost 30 years since the fall of the Soviet Union and the recreation of Russia as an independent country. And they're still suffering because it takes decades, more than just these three we've had, to basically start with zero economy and rebuild. And we're seeing that today in the U.S. We're seeing Democrats hold paycheck money hostage so they can fund PBS or NPR, the NEA, the Kennedy Center, any number of groups that are just going to funnel a good portion of that money right back to the DNC's political coffers. The Republicans put forth a bill to fund the Paycheck Protection Program. The Democrats start adding so much pork to it, Gordon Ramsay would ask where Kermit is because he'd be turned on by the amount of pig in it. And then they cry when it doesn't pass. Pelosi famously sat in front of her $24,000 refrigerator showing off her high-end ice cream while people are going hungry because they are not being paid. Quite literally the epitome of "let them eat ice cream." Nancy Antoinette, 2020. And they still have people who just sycophantically follow them. How anyone could look at Pelosi doing that, at the mansions where these idiot other Democrats and other celebs are living in luxury during all of this, having their people go get food and get their stuff and bring it back to them so they don't have to venture out among the plebs. I don't know how anyone can look at that and not say, these people do not care one whit about me. But a large part of it is the complete collapse of education about 25 years ago, when teachers began to no longer be punished for injecting their personal politics, by and large very liberal, into their classes. It began the downward spiral until today we have math teachers who are using up class time to go on political rants demanding that Republicans just be ousted. The Democrats have tried to impeach every Republican president since Eisenhower. Every time they have failed. When they failed this time, they finally had the idiotic masses ready to complain that it was unfair. Robert Mueller flat out said that the AG's interpretation of no collusion, no evidence of obstruction, was correct. No, Robert Mueller did not say those words himself, but when asked if the AG's assessment of his report was that there was no collusion and no evidence of obstruction, he said yes. He then tried the president is not guilty. Well, that's bull. It is the prosecutor's job to prove guilt beyond the shadow of a doubt. When you fail to do that, the person accused is acquitted. They are found innocent due to the lack of proof of guilt. But we have an entire side of the country now so hell-bent on seizing power that they actually do demand that the accused be forced to prove innocence, which you cannot do because you cannot prove a negative. I cannot prove mathematically that 2 plus 2 does not equal 5. I cannot prove that negative statement. I can prove it wrong by proving the positive statement of 2 plus 2 equals 4. That is how you do it. You prove a positive that counteracts or contradicts the other statement. You don't prove a negative. You never will be able to prove a negative. You prove a contradictory positive. The Democrats were unable to prove guilt. Therefore, Donald Trump was acquitted. And no matter how much they cry, no matter how much they wail and moan, he is not guilty. They could not impeach. Just 22 years ago, Jerry Nadler famously ranted, "They are trying to undo our election," when Bill Clinton was impeached for perjury, not for getting a blowjob, not for lewd acts with a cigar, not for having an affair in the Oval Office with a barely legal intern, but for lying under oath. That is a crime. He was impeached, he was convicted, and he was censured. But now, they immediately began demanding impeachment on election night. They didn't even wait for inauguration. And 3 years later, emboldened by 3 years of the media championing their seditious moves, we now have Ocasio Cortez all but screaming, "Rise up and rebel and revolt." Huxley, Orwell, and Bradbury are spinning in their graves, screaming from the afterlife, "We warned you, and you didn't listen." And the sad part is, a lot of us did listen. The unfortunate part is, we can't counter the screaming mob. Because now the screaming mob assaults everyone who tries to counter them. You dare disagree with a liberal snowflake, they will assault you. You fight back, they cry foul and demand you be arrested for attacking them when they attacked first. You prove them wrong in court and get them arrested, they will sue you, and you will be destroyed utterly in the press. It needs to stop. It really does. And the only way we're going to stop it is by arresting these masked thugs who assault people over a hat. No parole. No good time. Serve your full sentence. No, we're not letting you out because of viruses in the U.S. We will treat you if you are infected. And you will be handcuffed to the hospital bed the entire time. Then you go back to your cell. We need to take the seditious idiots in Congress like AOC and remove her from office and prosecute her for inciting seditious insurrection. Maybe if a few Democrats go to prison for their crimes, the rest will decide, I'm just going to retire and fade away so they forget about me. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. I really hope it ends better than I'm seeing it headed for. But as you can tell, my voice is not the best today. It is allergy season in Texas. So I'm going to end here, and let me know what you think. As always, remain civil. We're not here to scream and yell. We're not here to insult and rant and act like children. We can dissent and disagree civilly. Beyond that, please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're part of the channel in the giveaway at 500, 1,000, and 1,500. Remember to like and share the video to widen the conversation. And again, I am posting the link to the Sheepdog Smoking merchandise on Teespring below in the description. Until next time, stay safe, smart, and healthy. Be careful, and everyone have a wonderful day.